Welcome to Gallery Jungkook, a little space filled with beautiful memories of our golden magne. Hello ARMY, did you know? True love doesn't always appear through beautiful words. Sometimes it hides in the simplest actions, barely visible to the eye, yet speaking louder than 1,000 sentences. And behind the lights, the cameras, and the noise of the world, there's always one thing that makes ARMY pause for a moment. The way Jungkook treats Taehyung. A warmth so pure, that with just one glance, ARMY can feel it deep in their hearts. There are no sweet words shouted to the world, no grand confessions announced. Yet through every small gesture, every meaningful glance, and every tender touch, Jungkook has proven one thing: his feelings are real. Their depth is immeasurable, their sincerity undeniable, and their value priceless. Today, let's dive into the love story he shows Taehyung, not through words, but through actions that speak louder than 1,000 lines. There was one moment so beautiful, when Jungkook stood in front of Taehyung. In his hands, only a small camera, yet in his eyes, a seriousness, a focus, as if he wanted to capture every detail of someone so precious to him. Imagine, an idol like Jungkook, chased by millions of cameras every single day, finding happiness in becoming Taehyung's personal photographer. And that's when we realize, this isn't just a hobby, it's a language of love. Love captured in every shot. Jungkook wasn't just holding a camera. He wanted to see Taehyung through his own lens, to capture the sparkle in his eyes, his warm smile, and every little detail that made him so special. For Jungkook, Taehyung wasn't just a teammate on stage, but someone who held a special place in his life. And ARMY knows, taking photos isn't just about pictures. It's about care, about genuine attention. Because only someone who truly matters will be captured so tenderly, in every angle, every frame. There was another moment when they visited a shop together. The atmosphere was casual, full of laughter, warm with friendship. But what made ARMY's hearts race? The answer is simple. Even in the middle of the crowd, Jungkook's eyes seemed to search only for one person, Taehyung. Maybe he looked playful in front of the mirror, or seemed busy glancing around. But somehow, Taehyung always remained his center of gravity. Like two magnets, created never to be apart. There are hundreds of small moments ARMY never fails to notice, when their shoulders brush by accident, yet always leave behind warmth. Every time Jungkook makes sure Taehyung is comfortable beside him, there's something different. Something more than coincidence. ARMY calls it the invisible thread, a bond unseen, but always pulling them together, no matter where they are. Everyone has their own love language. Some prefer sweet words, others show it with gifts, and some express it through small, meaningful actions. Jungkook clearly belongs to the last. He may rarely say romantic things out loud, but his care is always there, in being present, in protecting, in making sure that one person feels special. And what makes ARMY pause, is that he only does all of this for one person, Taehyung. This is why so many ARMYs believe Jungkook's love for Taehyung isn't just friendship. It's deeper, real, and clearly reflected in his body language and daily gestures. Look at the details that seem simple, yet carry so much meaning. How Jungkook becomes Taehyung's personal photographer, as if wanting the world to see him through his own eyes. How, in the middle of a crowd, he always finds his way to Taehyung's side. And how his gaze, so full of meaning, already speaks volumes without a word. For Jungkook, there's only one person at the center of his world. In the chaos and pressure of life, Jungkook becomes Taehyung's safe space. A place where he can breathe, feel at ease, and simply be himself. And what makes it even more beautiful, is that it happens naturally. No force, no need to prove anything. Jungkook never tries to convince the world, he only follows his heart. And his heart always leads him to Taehyung. In every interaction, one truth cannot be hidden. Jungkook's eyes always find Taehyung. Whatever they do, playing, shopping, or simply sitting in silence, there's always a moment where Jungkook searches for him. ARMY often says, if you want to know who Jungkook loves the most, look at who he always seeks in a crowd. And the answer, unfailingly, is always the same: Taehyung. Many wonder, what makes their bond feel so different from ordinary friendship? The answer lies in the emotional resonance you can feel, but never fully explain. When Jungkook smiles at Taehyung, that smile feels different, deeper, more sincere, as if born from a heart overflowing with love. And when Taehyung gazes back, there's a softness he rarely, if ever, shows to anyone else. That's love. Love that cannot be faked, cannot be hidden. Because the more they try to cover it, the clearer it shines. Often, we forget that true love lives in the smallest things. And between Jungkook and Taehyung, those details are always so clear. From the way Jungkook notices everything about Tae, to his willingness to compromise over little things, to the way he cares without ever being asked. To the world, these might look ordinary. But for them, it's the purest form of love. Many will say, their relationship is just close friendship. But ARMY knows, it's more than that. If they're just friends, why do those gazes feel so deep? If they're just friends, why does one small touch make hearts race? And if they're just friends, why is Jungkook so protective, like he never wants to share Taehyung with anyone else? What they share isn't just friendship, it's love. Love beyond definition. Love that can only be felt, not explained. It isn't just closeness, it's a soul connection, something beyond words. Armies around the world believe TaeKook is proof that true love is real, pure, and undeniable. No matter how many rumors, gossip, or outside opinions, there's one truth that cannot be denied: love shown through actions is always more honest than 1,000 words. Every time Jungkook looks at Taehyung, every time he captures him through a lens, every time he chooses to stay by his side, it's all proof. Proof that love doesn't need to be shouted to the world. Proof that true love lives in silence. And the most beautiful proof of all is that Jungkook truly loves Taehyung, with all his heart, unconditionally. Jungkook's love for Taehyung is unspoken, yet always visible. It exists in every small action, every simple care, every moment they share together. A love that makes armies shed tears of joy, a love that makes the world believe in miracles again. A love so simple, yet eternal. And maybe in the end, they don't need to say anything at all, because the world has already seen it for themselves. That love exists. It lives. It's real, between them. So now, ARMY, here's the question. Do you believe Jungkook's actions are just signs of friendship, or undeniable proof of true love? Share your thoughts in the comments, because every perspective matters. And don't forget to share this video, so more armies can feel the warmth of the love between Jungkook and Taehyung. Today, armies around the world can only watch in silence, as every small piece of their moments slowly weaves into a bigger story. A story never announced officially, yet always felt real. A story that doesn't need words, because Jungkook's actions speak for themselves, about love, about sincerity, about Taehyung. Every time the camera catches that gaze, every time Jungkook's hand gently moves to make sure Taehyung feels safe, every time his eyes search only for him in the middle of a crowd, it's not coincidence. It's a love language. A love that doesn't need to be shouted, doesn't need recognition, yet is always present, in the form of sincerity, attention, and warmth that can never be hidden. Many will say it's just friendship. Many will try to reduce it to a simple definition. But how can one glance make millions of people around the world believe in love? How can one small gesture silence speculation, while igniting hope in so many hearts? There's something logic can't explain, something only felt: love. Jungkook never asked the world to believe. He never said, "Look, I love him." Yet the world has seen it with their own eyes. The world feels the warmth that flows between them, warmth that can't be faked, can't be staged, can't be directed. It's real. It's pure. And it's theirs alone. It's a love that grows in silence, a love that lives beyond the spotlight, a love that blossoms without words. Jungkook shows that true love doesn't always need confessions. It exists in the courage to stay, in the sincerity to protect, and in a gaze so deep, it makes the world stop spinning. And Taehyung always returns it, with a smile different from all others, a gaze he never gives anyone else. Together, they create a small world only they understand. A world where one simple gesture already means, "I'm here for you." A world where one photo holds thousands of unspoken feelings, yet all too real. And in that moment, ARMY realizes, not all love needs to be shouted out loud. Some love is enough to be felt, cherished, and savored in the warmth of silence. Jungkook and Taehyung teach us that. They may never say the word love in front of millions, but they've repeated it countless times, through their eyes, through their care, through their togetherness. In ways more honest, more pure, more eternal. So the question now is the world ready to accept such love? Or should we, like ARMY, simply sit back quietly, watch in silence, and let them define love in their own way, without pressure, without drama, only with the sincerity of their hearts?